Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And today we are going to take a look at the angelic entertainer, FREY. Big mommy personality, FREY. Looking respectfully, as always. Anyways, our second EX protector in the game. She is buffing the Fantasy Force characters' damage against fire units by 60%, and then the 10 Great Demon Lords and Fantasy Force characters' attack and defense 20%. So, World of Fantasy did get some buffs to the category, apart from, obviously, this new meta coming in, but Xion and Rimuru are powerful characters. Water Alice is pretty old. She's over a year now, but I mean, she can still make it work, I guess. She's also physical, so it works out. And then you have Light Shizu and the Unspoken unit that I'm not going to use today. Sorry, Venda. Anyways, her skill changes 3 blues and 3 oranges to 6 greens, just like Shizu. She gives all physical allies guaranteed crits. That's the important part, is physical allies. So if you're a magic dealer, you ain't gonna crit. Sorry. And then also gives you 40 skill points, just like Hakuro does. So, or Toa, one of the two. So that right there is very nice, because it opens up possibilities for additional buffs. Light Shizu is good, but she doesn't raise your cap or give you any skill points, so you are stuck at 100 regardless. This, you're at 100, but the capability of going to 40 or even an extra 80 points does allow you to use quite a bit more in terms of hard-hitting units. So let's go ahead and try that out today. We've got the alt damage charm on her. And then her Valor trait is the same as every other protector that's come out. It's pretty garbage. I've never seen it be useful before. And then her actual trait, if I had her with dupes, if you have 75% or more HP on all 3 of your units, you lower enemies' crit resistance, which is good for a very quick burst team, because this is going to assume that you never get below 75% HP. Whether that actually happens is a different story. So honestly, not the greatest of traits. Would have been better with like an attack trait, but oh well. Let's test her out, see how well she does. Alright, so this is the first team we're going to use. It's a little bit different from the one we used for the Milim showcase. Instead of EX Rimuru, we're going to bring Alice, and instead of Light Rimuru, we're going to bring Water Xion. Now that we don't have that 80-point buff and we have a couple 55-point buffs, we could get away with using, you know, the water attack, the alt buff, the pierce buff, and then we could probably hold Milim's buffs in the back once we're ready. I mean, it in theory should work. It's just that now we're missing one of the orange orb changers. So now we're forced to use Milim's orb change turn 1 for that full hand of greens, which is, you know, still makes her very good. It's just that we're missing out on, you know, that guaranteed stack of crit damage that we'd get from using 2 skills to start getting Milim up and running for her damage. But FREY, I mean, should work fine here. Xion is not part of the category, so she is not getting anything. She is here just for support. So let's get Milim's orb change, and then we'll go ahead and bring you in for Isis, and we'll bring you in for probably Xion, since, well, actually Xion would have got us protection gauge, but it's okay, whatever. So we'll send this. Pretty standard fare right here. Now at least we know that we can probably get a guaranteed full hand of greens next turn, because we already have FREY. And, okay, so yeah, right there, that would have been the downfall, because we would have used the orb change with Milim, we would still would have had 1 orange orb left over. So, let's get that out of the way. Let's use Milim's orb change, just to get a stack in, and then we will swap out Dark Milim for Isis, and use the green buff here. And we have 2 orbs for Milim, so I mean, that's fine. So this is going to give crit to Alice and Milim, but not Isis, because Isis is magic. Go ahead and do this. This gets us full points. That gets us an Alice ult, which I guess is cool. 12k versus 17k? For an 84 Alice, that's not bad. That's actually some pretty decent damage right there. Okay, we're gonna have to do a few things. So let's get the... let's get your orb change. Let's get another Milim orb change for funsies. Let's get an Alice orb change, I guess. Why not? And then we're going to swap both of them out, because Milim only has one orb, and that's not what I really want to see right there. So let's do this. Got more green, or more oranges, so we'll flip that around. Sorry, flip that around with FREY. No one up front now is part of the fantasy category, so we're going to do some pretty not great damage here. But Xion still does have type advantage, so I guess that counts for something. Alright, yeah. Okay. That's not really what I'd like to see. But this is turn 4. This is the final turn to get any stacks in, so we'll use the green buff again. We'll use... we don't really have anything else to use here, so let's just go ahead and use Milim's orb change again. And it's going to be a 2-2-2 spread, which is not the greatest thing in the world. Let's get you out for Isis. It's the only thing we can do, really. So another FREY, turn 4. So pop, 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 and pop. That does not get us FREY. That gets us an ult and a half for our Milim, though, which I guess is going to be enough, because honestly, he'll probably die if we do any more turns and full 6 hands of greens. Yeah, he will guaranteed die. So we're going to have 140 points right here. I mean, we might be able to stretch it again if we do that. Yeah. Let's use the buff now, because that's capped out. So let's do that. Let's get her out of here for Isis. Alright, and then let's do this. Get max points. I don't think this will kill. No, okay, good. So we can at least use 2 of the buffs here, right? We can use... let's use the alt buff and... Actually, no, let's use the water buff and the pierce buff. Yeah, let's do that instead. So we'll swap you out, and we'll swap you out. Alright, so let's use the water buff. 55 points. And then we'll use FREY, give Alice and Milim guaranteed crits. Another 40 points, and then we can use the pierce buff and the water resistance down. So, what are we going to hit here? We're probably going to hit like 300? Maybe 280, somewhere around there? Let's see. 232, lower than I expected. Okay. Had we gotten a little bit luckier with Milim orbs, we could have gotten an EX alt. Maybe we could have pushed for a double FREY. That way we would have been able to use all 3 of the big time buffs. But I mean, we were easily able to kill probably on turn 3. Like, I don't think Ifrit has that much health, especially on EX2. So, I mean, yeah, FREY can work very well. Obviously, the new team is very, very good. Let's now use FREY in a not against a fire unit. Or we'll take her into a fire team, but let's use Light Xion instead. And then try and give her Pierce. So let's flip our DPSs around from Milim to Xion and see how well that works. Alright, we're going to try the same stage, but with a very different team comp. Well, mostly different team comp. So we're still going to run FREY, obviously, because that's the whole point of the damn video. We've got Rimuru, Xion, Leon, Alice, and Dark Milim. So ideally, we've got 3 big-time buffs going on here. So we're going to try and get a double FREY and try and make Xion look really, really good. The Pierce buff, so we can activate Xion's actual Pierce power. We're going to have crits from FREY, because, Xion is a physical character. Leon is going to give us the light buff, which I guess we could hold, so we don't need double FREY. We just need to hold a few buffs in the back. And then Milim for the ult and the orb changing. So we're not going to have Isis here anymore, so we're not going to get that massive green buff. But we do have Alice as far as a blue orb changer. She just costs a little bit more than what we would like to see nowadays at 30 points. You would think that 5 points would not make that much of a difference, but oh boy, does it. Does it actually make a difference? So we no longer have type advantage with anyone but Alice. Xion and Rimuru and Alice are getting the the extra buff from being on the category. I guess, yeah. And then Alice also has type advantage, technically. Leon is also getting buff because he is a 10 Great Demon Lord character, so he is getting additional stats, which is cool. Not that it really matters because his gear is ass. But turn 1, we're going to use Milim's Orb Change to get us that full hand of greens, so this will work out pretty well. This turn we'll attempt to use many skills because Xion only has 3 turns to stack instead of the 4 that Milim has. Okay, that that can work out. So let's use both of these. All right, let's do that. Let's do that. We can get Alice in here for Milim, and then use her orb change. All right, it's cool. And I think we'll leave it as is now. So that's almost a double Frey right there. So that's almost 80 extra skill points. Turn 3 is, the last turn we have to stack with Xion. So hopefully, okay, that works out a bit. That Rimuru's actual trait gave us that double stack of Frey right there. So this turn, what are we gonna do here? I think we will do this. So another stack. Let's get Leon in here for Alice. Let's use his orb change now. And let's see. This will get Xion's ult, because we're going to use Frey here to change these 3. And then I don't know if I want to use the pierce resistance down now or if I want to wait a turn. I do want like another stack, so I think we'll just use this orb change here. And that'll be the last stack that we get for Xion. We'll use Frey. What are we up to now on her skill? Oh no, we can, well, we could use that if we wanted to. We're up to 46%, which is about where we would normally sit for her. Man, if she had her ult, that would have been a lot better. Let's go ahead and use this. Let's get another stack on. Okay. So pop. That's Xion's ult. That's Rimuru's ult as well. 92, 11k right there is pretty good. Alright, 22-9 on the crit. So now, what we can do is we could hold the light buff on both Rimuru and Xion. The Pierce debuff is going to leave, though, so it's like, do I forego one of the big-time buffs? I think we need the Pierce, so I think we would have to forego the ult buff or the light buff for the ult buff. One of the two. You know what, let's leave it, and then maybe we'll have enough to use it again later. So let's do this. Let's do that. The orbs look a little interesting, so we shall do this. Maybe we could have used the Pierce debuff again before swapping him out, because we're going to have a lot of points here. Because it's going to cost how much now? 35? 20, 25, 35 points. I think we'll just go without it. We have what we need here, so we have 140 points to play with. This is going to cost 110 plus the 25 right here for Xion's actual skill. So yeah, I think we're going to have to forego the Pierce debuff, which is fine. So let's get Xion in here for... Ooh, let's use Dark Milim's skill first. Hold on. Alt buff. And then we'll bring Xion in for Milim, and then we'll bring Rimuru in for Leon. And now we'll use the buff for Xion. So 49% pierce power, 30% attack buff. And then one more FREY will get us enough points to use the pierce buff for Alice. So now we can actually activate the pierce power. So this should do, decent damage. It's not going to be the greatest thing in the world because we're not type advantage, but I still think it should do well. Yeah, 242k is pretty good for Xion, right? Like, we were used to see, I think the old Light 2.0 team, we were doing like 150. We had an extra buff now because we have an extra, we have more points to play with here. This team can run well. I mean, FREY can lead any green-focused team, especially with Xion being on the category. It was a big-time addition to the fantasy team, and I think that is a very, very good thing that they did. So now let's try FREY with a different team. Maybe a team that needs the skill points. Let's get some fun in here. All right. Let's have some fun. We're going to replace Toa with FREY on the Fire 2.0 team. A team that, wants alts, but also kind of struggles for points because we have a lot of buffs right here that we do want to use, a lot of stacks of burn. And the oranges, even with Toa giving them an extra 50%, skill point buff, sometimes still isn't enough. So, let's change that. Let's run a physical team, so this means everybody is going to crit here. Everybody except Isis, but she's here for the green buff. Shizu is going to have the pierce buff and the fire buff. Guy's going to have the alt and the crit resistance down. Violet, obviously Violet. She already has guaranteed crits, so it's kind of redundant for her, but it will help everyone else out. And then we'll have Benimaru for the burn. The orange to green orb changing. Isis is the blue to green orange changing, so we're covered on both fronts right there. I think this team will actually run fairly efficiently without Toa. It's just that, we're not getting the lots of alt gauge from the oranges. But, I mean, the green buff will make up for that, I'm assuming. We're going to go... I'm so confident in this team, we're going to go into EX5. This is going to be EX5 Clayman with his 682,000 HP, and we're going to burn the shit out of him. I think. It's just I got to remember that I cannot have Violet up front turn 1. That's the only thing, because I don't want that crit nerf. Whether or not we are efficient is a different story, but the stage doesn't nerf greens, it nerfs blues. So... I think we should be fine. And even if they did get nerfed, I mean, if we have Isis to at least help us alleviate some of that. But honestly, I think this is going to work really well. Everyone is a physical unit. No one is on the category, though. No one is on the Fantasy or 10 Great Demon Lord team, because Violet is not a Demon Lord, she's a Primordial. You'll come in for... I guess Guy? Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll do his orb change, and then we'll go ahead and send this. So pop, 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 and pop. I guess I could have taken Isis out that way. We would have a full hand of fire units to capitalize on burn, but it's fine. Alright, here we go. So this turn, ideally, we should have enough to do... Oh, that is good. That is good shit right there. Alright. Green buff. Great. The orange buff, the orange damage on the instant is not going to be quite as good here. It will do instant damage, which will contribute to the burn, but there's not going to be any oranges to actually buff. So we're going to be missing the 50% damage on those. Should be fine, though. Should be fine. So let's go ahead and swap them out, and then we will use... Violet's buffs right here. I guess we'll use the instant damage, because why not? We're going to have the points for it. 15k? Alright, whatever. The greens. Now we're going to have a full hand of greens that are all buffed by Isis. 5 of them are Violet, so this is an alt and change. Perfect. Alright, we're at max points. We're at another FREY. So, I mean, we're ready to go, almost, right? Yeah, we actually are ready to go. Because we can use the fire buff and the alt buff here. It's just that I want a few extra alts. So let's let's go ahead and hold on to the buffs from Violet, and we'll bring Guy in. Yes, this will get Benimaru's ult, and then I think we hold another turn. That way we can guarantee we get another FREY, just to make it really, really okay. Yeah, because we're going to be just shy. If I had had Guy in, we would have had another FREY right here, but we didn't, so it's okay. Weak point. Wait. Oh, because he had the nerf on. That's why we weren't critting. Right? Is that crit damage or crit rate? It's crit rate. Okay, yeah. Okay, so he's... Will it cancel each other out? So we'll have a chance to crit? I don't actually know how that's going to go. Alright. Let's see. Let's take you out. We'll send these 4 blues. Alright, there we go. I think we're looking okay here. We're going to lose a stack of burn, which is unfortunate. That is an interesting hand right there. Okay, so let's use Guy now. Let's use his buff. Alt damage up, crit resistance down. We can get him out of here for Violet. Yes. Okay. We'll go ahead and use the Pierce buff and the AoE debuff, which I guess helps. It doesn't help anybody here. FREY, another 40 points, plus guaranteed crits for everybody except Benimaru, and I mean, maybe. Got a full hand of greens, so let's use that buff. And then, well, I guess we bring in Isis for another ult. Yeah, she is ult buffed, so why not? Okay, so we'll do this. We'll see how this goes. We'll send Benimaru first because he lowers defense, and then we'll follow up with Violet. We have no stacks of burn, though. Not really how I wanted this to come out. I wanted multiple stacks of burn because I thought we'd have enough points. Maybe that's just me doing some misplays right there. Isis, 59, nothing. Benimaru, 50k. And then Violet does 147k, 76, and 40.9. Alright. That would have been some good burn right there, but we didn't get it. Okay, that hurt. And he's dead. Maybe we could have played this a little better. I had so much confidence. So much confidence in this team. Let's do that. Do you think we can still kill him, though? We can do another... That's another ult. We can do some more FREY stuff here. So let's get another attack buff. That's another burn as well. Plus the crit and pierce, plus the guaranteed crits right here, plus a full hand. Let's do that. Maybe we kill? I don't actually know if we will. Oh no, let's bring Guy in. Let's bring Guy in for Isis. That way we capitalize on burn damage. Alright, let's see. This might work. 46, never mind. We didn't do as much damage as I thought we would. Ooh. I was so confident. So very confident. Alright. I'm no longer confident. No longer confident. Damn. I thought that I thought this would work. I think turn 9. Okay, I think this turn is where people start dying. We still have the crit and pierce. We just don't have the attack buff anymore. I guess let's use the fire buff. Guy's not going to do too much, like maybe 10k? No, 19k. That's a little better. Violet, 59. We got it. We got it. We got it. We won. Confidence. I had full confidence. I never said it would be a perfect run. I just said that I'm confident that it would work. It does work. Ish. Maybe that wasn't the best showing. But I think we get it, right? It's essentially replacing Toa. Actually, she does more than Toa. Because Toa only changes and then gives us 40 points. And, well, I guess buffs the orange skill points. But FREY is giving us guaranteed crits across the board, which on this specific stage is only good for 2 units, because everyone else is nerfed. 40 points, full hands to greens. Isis can buff the greens. I mean, if I had better luck and if I had not been a complete and total idiot, I probably would have killed way earlier with like at least 2 stacks of burn going on, but it is what it is. Let's try something else. Another green team. Ooh, yeah, another green team. Alright, let's have some fun with a team that everyone forgot about. Space 3.0. No, I'm kidding. Not everybody forgot about this team, but it is, in retrospect, probably a skippable meta that I decided to not skip because I'm an idiot. Shion's very powerful. Ramris, I've kind of fallen out of love with, but we're going to replace her with FREY, who I think should actually work a little bit better. We've got Isis, mainstay of any green-focused team. Gonna buff the greens, so in that event, we really don't need the extra alt gauge every turn. Like, it'll be cool, maybe, but not necessary. So we've got Sufia to cover our orange orbs, Isis to cover the blues, FREY to cover everything, the alt buff, the space buff, the pierce buff. We have 3 units that still have charm, so it's not like we're not having any incoming alt gauge from not orbs. So, I mean, again, like, on paper, this should work. Should work. Am I more confident or at least less confident in this? I don't actually know. We'll find out. Alright, I may have reset until I had a good starting hand. Whatever, it's part of the game. You can totally do it. Sufia, we'll change those. We'll get Isis out of here for Shion. And we'll get Milliman here for Sufia, I guess. Because, yeah, these are our 3 primary damage dealers here. Let's go ahead and target down Valentine. Get her a little bit low. So then now, instead of having to, like, for this specific stage, because the beatdown battle for Space 3.0 is gone, and I don't know when it's coming back. This is not technically geared towards... oh, that's unfortunate. I forgot about the bind. This isn't geared for this team. But the protector that you would use is Guy, who is also 3/3 orb changing. Alongside the AoE debuff and giving us alt gauge, FREY is giving us 40 skill points, which I can kind of use here. So let's put Charm on you. Activate that. Pierce resistance down. Let's put a Charm on you. Alright. And we'll get the Pierce power going for Shion. We'll use FREY. Unfortunately, because I can't swap anybody because we are binded, I can't take advantage of the green buff from Isis just yet. 8,000 damage is pretty good. Because we have the Charm Strike as well, alongside the Pierce resistance down. So she's doing quite a bit of damage. There's an ult for her. That's good. We don't have FREY again, though. We got some trait, but not quite enough. Let's go ahead and send this. The bind will wear off next turn, which gives us one more turn of the Pierce power for Shion, which means we can save it in the back for when we're ready. But the Charm actually should give us all 3 ults right here, and then we'll have FREY. So I actually think we're good right here. Never mind, fuck it. I don't need you. Alright, let's do the Drago and Space buff. And then we'll use FREY, make that a whole hand. It was a whole hand already of Shion, which is good. But now we'll have those extra points to use the alt debuff, of which we're going to try and hit Valentine so we can take away that heal. Also puts the space resistance down, so now let's do the AoE, the follow-up, and then we'll send Shinsha's ult last just in case it can go to someone else. Xion does 64k. Okay. Milim, with the Drago and her attack buff and everything, she does 97k. I think Xion should kill here. Good. The final orb goes to Milim, and then Shincha's ult will go somewhere else as well. Maybe to Milim? Hopefully to Milim? Who's she hitting? I can't tell. Can't tell. Still can't tell. She's hitting Milim. Alright, good. Works out. Oh my god, look at that mint chocolate chip. I just had some of that, actually, as part of my lunch. Okay. That... I mean, that worked out pretty well right there. We didn't even need FREY, or... We only needed, Sufia for one turn, and that was the initial turn. So we can reapply the Pierce now, do another AoE, and then we'll send these blues. Yeah, we'll do that. We're out of charm effect, though. That is the only thing. Okay, she might heal up a little bit. Ooh, that hurt. Shincha, you gotta go. Alright, you gotta go, my girl. You gotta go, my girl. Actually, let's bring Sufia in, that way we have type advantage. Let's use the green buff now, just for funsies. Oh, that nerfed our oranges even more. Maybe not the best idea. Yeah, that does not get us an ult. Unfortunate. Oh well. We gotta make do with it. That's why I said I wasn't, like, super duper confident. It works. It can definitely work. That is a nice hand right there. If I could do anything with it. Which I don't think I can. Yeah, well... No. No, I cannot. If that was another blue, we would be in business. Dino ult coming in. Let's just... Milim doesn't have an orbital. Let's get her out of here. Let's send a 5-hand of green. They are buffed, so... pop. That'll get us a Xion ult again. This will get Milim down, hopefully pretty low, to the point where this ult kills. We're going to lose the Pierce, though. But we can get it back, probably, with FREY. Oh yeah, we will. So then let's... So is that 128 points that we have? So that... And then 40, so that's 60, 70, 83. Okay, hold on. We can do... Let's do this. Let's get Isis out of here. Let's do the Pierce buff. And then we'll do the space buff from Milim, since we'll have enough points for that now. No, we won't. Oh, we're 2 points shy. My math is terrible. Okay, we'll use the Charm Strike then. Yeah, we'll put it on you. Actually, no, we can put the Charm Strike on both of them because we have Sufia up here now. So now our ult can do good damage. So pop, and then pop. Milim should die from this ult. She didn't die. Now she's dead. Okay. Alright. I'll give it like a B. I'll give this team like a B rating. They're doing stuff, landscaping outside. Alright, we have a double Milim ult now. And an attack nerf. When does that run out? 3 turns? Ugh. Alright, yeah, cool Beanos, whatever. Space buff. Change all that. We're gonna send anyway, because we have a double ult. I could have used Drago, I guess. 10,000. God, that's terrible. Oh my god. God, I haven't played the stage in quite a bit. Ow. 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 Charm. Triple alt. Space buff again. Let's do it. Let's go. Kill him. Kill Dino. Come here. Sufia, I don't care about your ult. You're going to do like 1,177 damage. That is impressive in the worst way possible. Holy crap. I've never gotten to turn 10 actually on this stage, so I mean, it makes sense that I don't recognize this debuff. Oh, boyo. Oh, boyo. I don't have enough points to use anything. Well, I will. Hold on. No one should get the ult, right? Yeah, totes. Let's do... Also, no one's getting the crit from FREY, because none of them are physical units. Maybe a B-. Maybe a B-. I don't know if this is actually going to work or not. That does not get us a ult for Shinsha. Unfortunate. Alright. And we crit there. Who's dead? No one's dead. You're dead. The debuff is gone. Alt buff. Yes. That is the thing to use. And then 40 extra points. So that's 65? Yeah. Charm Strike. I think we got it. I think we got it. 39k. 23k. Okay, we got it. We beat it. Alright. We're eating good. I think we can call that. I think that was a bit of a stretch. It's better than what I initially was going to use, which is Earth 2.0. Alright? I didn't put you guys through that. So, yeah, FREY can lead other teams that are focused on greens. Thankfully, there's a lot of them. Is she good at it? Yes, for the most part, if you're a physical team. On a totally magic-focused team, you kind of lose some of the good effect of having to crit. But you can still take advantage of the 3-3 and the 40 extra skill points. So, I think she's a very good general use protector for a physical team. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But that's it from me, guys. Take it easy. And, yeah, I'll see you later.